Guys, what are we going to talk about today? This is the DX2 prototype by Alien Knives. It's an interesting knife, and it came into me from Jared Neves, so big shout out to Jared over at Neves Knives. So, without any further ado, before we get into this, turn down the volume, because here comes a little bit of music. Mike here. Just wanted to throw it out there so that future Mike always forgets. If you haven't checked out the merch store, there's a lot of stuff in there. I got sweatshirts, I got t-shirts, I got coffee cups. There's a link in the description. If you want to support the channel, all the sales go to the merch store and providing the stuff, but then I get a portion of the take of it. So like I said, merch store, sweatshirts, t-shirts, coffee cups, they're all really nice. Now, back to future Mike so he can tell you about a knife. Guys, as you can see, new environment, new house, new backdrop for right now. I'm gonna try and set something up in the garage. So today, we're looking at this DX2 prototype. This is first impressions. This came in from Jared. I haven't carried it a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you. I carried it a little bit yesterday. I'm carrying it a little bit today. I'm kind of on the fence with this one because it has some things about it I don't like. But all in all, it's an interesting knife. It cuts really well because it is relatively thin. It has a deep hollow, but we're not going to get into it too much. We're going to get down, look at it from above. I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to do this so I have the right light. So bear with me and we'll get this set up and we'll take a look at this DX2 prototype from Alien Knives by Davo. So meet you down at the counter. Oh, sorry, not at the counter. I'll meet you down at the table. All right, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at this. I'm going to try and not talk too loud because I am wearing a microphone. So this is the DX2 prototype in S35VN with 6 AL4V titanium scales, lock bar, pocket clip, and then looks like black G10. Let me look at the case. Yeah, black G10 scale over top. Now this is a really broad knife. We're going to go ahead and look at it here. So you're looking at about an inch and a half, a little bit more than an inch and a half on blade length on this. I'm using this really large knife, to tell you the truth. It's coming in just about 1/4 of an inch shy of about 8 3/4 inches on that. So you can see in hand it's really big and it's broad and beefy. What it does have going for it is this deep hollow grind that comes all the way up to a really acute edge. Now Jared sharpened this, is really nice and sharp. Flipper tab, not a big fan of flipper tab. Now one of the things that I am going to say I did notice with it is it's in a weird position in my hand. I'm not 100% sure I like it yet. This might be one of those ones that just gets, as you can see, it's not like in a comfortable position to cut with. It's out of alignment. I have to reposition and find a comfortable place for it. So this is coming up on that line of how broad is too broad when you're dealing with the handle. Like I said in a couple of knives videos, because this is a very thin knife. When you're coming up this thin, you've got to compensate by having the handle to be broad. And I think they've almost went too far. Either that or it's just the way it sits in my hand. It might just be that my hand positioning on this is not the same. But like I said, I did cut with it for a little bit and then cleaned it up. I may have to resharpen this before I send it back to Jared. I cut up some cardboard. It seems to be doing a really good job. Action on it, pretty good action on it. The lock bar does come over pretty far and it's really narrow, and I find that I miss the lock bar trying to unlock it sometimes. Big lanyard hole, but overall this is not a horrible knife. I'm not a big fan of the flipper tab though. It looks, this gives it kind of a early flippers. You know, the first flippers that started hitting the market, they weren't aesthetically, that's a big flipper tab sticking out on an already really broad knife. So closed, you're looking at, let me get it here so I can get a good look at it. 2 inches, a little bit more than 2 inches, maybe an 1/16, 2 1/16, 2 1/8, maybe across the back. That's pretty wide. That's taken, I will say, in my pocket, it took up
all the space. I had no room for anything else in my pocket. Let's go ahead and get the calipers out. I want to look at blade stock thickness because I was curious. Now this was made 8/5/2020. It comes in a really nice case. I will say that they did a good job with the case and all that. You know, nice case. But I'm still, like I've said, I'm on the fence about the knife itself. So let's go ahead. Let's get a blade stock thickness measurement. That's in millimeters. Let's go ahead. Inches, you're looking right at 0.118 on blade stock thickness. So in millimeters, that's going to give you, zero that back out. On millimeters, that's going to give you, I don't need inch fractions. Zero that. So that's going to give you that's going to give you three millimeters basically. That's a 3 millimeter thick blade. It's not a real thick blade, but it is really broad. So that flipper tab's the big thing that I think is problematic. But I mean, action on it's really nice. I think it's just that this curves down. That's why it fits in my hand weird, because I have to reposition to get it where I want it. Like just the natural grab the knife, you can see what I'm saying. Like if I get it in the right position, it's right where I want for cutting it. But if I just grab it the way I would naturally grab it, it's out of alignment. So yeah, really interesting looking knife. No big bells and whistles, no frills. Action on it's really good. It's nice and thin. It appears to be running on bearings, but I can't tell. But we'll definitely be finding out when we do the What's Inside series version on this. So, all right, guys, let me get this turned back around, and we'll finish talking about this nice little prototype here.
So yeah, guys, like I said, true first impressions. Like, basically didn't do anything with this knife the entire time I've had it. Today I dug it out just because I knew I needed to shoot a first impressions. Dug it out yesterday. Cut a few things with it. It cuts really well. I'm thinking that this is just an issue, like maybe that this issue I have with the way it feels in hand is just because I've been carrying basically this, I'm not gonna lie, I've been carrying my Norseman pretty much exclusively during the move. It just came in so handy that I think I just basically have gotten used to it. You know how when you switch knives, sometimes that feels different in hand kind of thing. I think that's where I'm at with this, but we'll see, time will tell. It does have kind of a handle that does really, really remind me of my Stonefish fixed blade. So it may just be a matter that I just need to get used to it, or that this may be a little short for my hands the way this is designed as opposed to the way my Sea Snake is. So like I said, does cut really well. We'll see how I feel about it. I'll let you guys know. I do know that I'm not a fan of how broad it is. I already know that. So, but we'll see. I'll do a full review video of this knife. It's really well built. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but it's really well built. The action on it's really good. So I'm not going to mention the shirt yet because I don't know if you guys have or have not seen the video about the co-branded shirts that I have going out with Ember Shirt Co. But there is, if you haven't seen it, look out for it. It's coming. There's a great big giveaway associated with that. Guys, if you like the videos, give them a thumbs up. If you don't like them, give them a thumbs down. But please try to tell me why, especially if you're a paying member, because you guys truly are my customers, and I want to make sure that I know what content you're enjoying. If you guys want to support the channel, there's a join tab down below where you can join on a monthly subscription. If you don't want to just put out a monthly subscription, you can just drop a, what do they call it, an applause on a video. It's like a tip saying, hey man, thanks for a good video. Guys, take it easy. I love you all. See you in the next video. Be good to each other in the comments. Don't be abusive in the comments. And I will see you in the next video.